My name is Elizabeth McIntyre and I go to Boston University School of Law. My dad went to law school when I was 7, and he was working full-time and going to law school at night. And then my mom was also working part-time during part of that, and I had a little sister. And going to law school seemed like probably the worst thing in the entire world to me when he was going through that. But then as time went on and I started describing to people what I wanted to do with my life, they were telling me, like, that's called being a lawyer. Like that's what you're describing. So sort of slowly over time I started to realize, okay, there are actually lots of different types of law. It actually might not be so bad to go to law school if you don't do it at night while working full-time with 2 little kids. So after college I worked as an AmeriCorps member in Buffalo, New York, as a victim advocate for foreign-born human trafficking and domestic violence victims, and loved it. So I started to think that law could be a way that we would be able to help people instead of just something that was done to people. So I decided to go to law school. So one of my goals in law school is to do as many different kinds of civil legal aid as I could so that I could reasonably be hired to do any of them. But what I like about legal aid is not so much any one particular substantive topic area, but the idea that you are helping folks who are trapped in poverty with the law. So there are lots of wonderful women who have helped me sort of throughout my career, such as it is, starting with Amy Fleischhauer, who was my supervisor in Buffalo. After law school, I worked at Greater Boston Legal Services, and my 2 supervisors there were Wynn Gerhardt and Betsy Crimmins, and both Wynn and Betsy were phenomenal in introducing me to GBLS, in teaching me how legal aid works, and how GBLS works. And since then, I've been super lucky to meet lots of wonderful women who are really generous with their time and what they've learned and have been incredibly patient with me. Law school is incredibly expensive. I'm financing law school on loans and scholarships, and that's it. The scholarship from Lawyers Weekly will help me pay for all of the sort of law school expenses that you don't necessarily think about when starting law school, like the rent for 2 months while I study for the bar, and sort of all of those associated costs so that I can graduate, hopefully pass the bar, and then go be a lawyer. So when I was applying for the scholarship, I went back and sort of looked at all of the women who have been named as top women in law, and they come from such a variety of different sort of practice areas and have done such incredibly wonderful things. It's a little intimidating, but I think it's inspiring and I think it's hopeful and gives me something to look forward to. The one thing I'd like to say is just thank you, both for the money, which is really helpful, but also for recognizing me and for recognizing women in this profession, and for, actually, you know what, I think I'll just leave it there. Thank you.